thinks that once the flame is out of the monkey, so to speak, it's out of our control.
Mez raises her eyebrows, or where her eyebrows would have risen if Gogi hadn't seared them off. Tell me you're not going to start talking about yourself in the third person, Lima.
Who's the third person?
Lima asks. Lima, Gogi says, patting her on the head, I'm not the young monkey that you once knew. I have plenty of self-control. I'm a 12 rank now, don't you forget. How could we ever possibly forget? Mez says sweetly. My sister appears to be in a bit of a mood, Chumba says. Look, Gogi says, this is going to be, what would they call it, a controlled burn. A little flame behind the ants to get them started in the right direction, that's all.
Or the wrong direction, right?
Lima says.
Get it? Wrong if you're the ant queen.
Yes, Lima, Chumba says patiently. We get it. With Big Roomy out of the way and that other mystery henchman nowhere to be seen, this squad of ants doesn't have a leader, Gogi says. They're just milling around, spreading the fungus and losing numbers whenever more berserking happens. They need a nudge onto the right path. Then they'll start on their way. Is that so? Mez says, a teasing smile on her face. Look, we don't have to do my plan, Gogi says. Does anyone have anything better to offer? Mez shakes her head. I don't, sorry.
Me neither,
Lima says. Lead the way, Gogi, Chumba says. We'll follow you. Okay, Gogi says, sniffing and drawing up to his full height. See that rotten tree overlooking the zombie ant horde? Yes, Mez says dryly. It's hard to overlook the zombie ant horde. But the tree behind them, do you see that? Gogi asks. Yep. Here's what I'm thinking. I'll send some flame over there, fire it up, get it good and smoking and red, then set the embers falling. That should chase the ants the opposite way.
Toward the rising sun,
Lima says, wings out wide. Well, that was a touch dramatic, Mez says.
We'll basically set the two armies on a collision course,
Lima says, ignoring her. I just want to officially state that I don't think this will go as planned, Mez says. But we don't have many other options, so count me in. Gogi, will you do the honors? Wow, thanks for the rousing pep talk, Mez, Gogi says. He takes a deep, centering breath, readying himself. He's still feeling a little overtaxed by the fire he produced rescuing Mez, and this new stream will need to travel over a very long distance. But at least the ants have done him a favor by being so ravenous. They've hollowed out this tree so much that it looks almost shaggy, bits of dried-out bark dangling over the edge of the horde. Keep back, guys, Gogi says. Then, once he feels his friends snuggled to his rear on the tree limb, he sends his fire out into the night. It's a frail and tender arc of orange. Not much to see, but enough to light up the gnashing destruction of the scene below. Gritting his teeth, brows furrowed, Gogi wills the flame farther into the night, pitching it higher when it falls short, sizzling bodies of dead ants below. He directs it yet higher, so it forms a rainbow of flame, finally landing on the rotten tree at the far side of the ants. Nothing happens.
Keep going, Gogi. You're doing great. It will start working any second now,
Lima urges. Sweat runs into Gogi's eyes, and his arms start to ache. He shuts his eyes against the pain and feels Mez use the top of her head to gently support his arms so that he can more easily keep the flame focused on the ants. Chumba gasps. Gogi opens his eyes. The tree has caught fire. At first, it's rimmed in a ruddy aura. Then the flames join and turn other colors. Yellow and orange and red and finally blue and white. Gogi feels his energy peter out. With an anguished cry, he lets his stream of flame drop. The companions watch as, with a roaring, snapping sound, the rotten tree wavers in the air, then plummets right into the teeming insects. The night air seems to mist as ants, dead and alive, are flung up from the earth. The remaining ants become frantic before the fiery tree, the light glinting off them as they crawl over one another, desperate to escape.
Wow!
Lima exclaims.
That was something.
Exhausted, Gogi slumps.